Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of A Midwest Conversation. My guest this episode is Kendall Byrd, and I have had the pleasure of getting to know Kendall over the past few years. He is new to the Midwest, coming from the East Coast. Kendall is an up-and-coming musician, and I've heard some of his work, and let me tell you what, this kid has it. This episode was recorded on July 12th, 2020, and in it we talk about the state of the country at the time and Kendall's latest music project, Black Mask. If you're watching on YouTube and like what you see, make sure you subscribe to A Midwest Conversation and listen and follow on all of your favorite audio platforms. And if you're listening to the conversation and you want to see the video version of the episode, head on over to A Midwest Conversation on YouTube and subscribe there. Thanks for watching or listening, and I'll catch you next time. Here is my conversation with Kendall Byrd.
What's up with this energy drink kick, man?
Oh, it's working. We're live. Kendall Byrd. How you doing? How you doing, brother? We're live. Okay, we're not live, but you know what I mean. What were you saying? The energy drink thing?
Yes. Like, since I've moved to Ohio, yes. What is that? What is Red Bull? Like, I've seen Monsters, Red Bull.
Do you not have energy drinks in the East Coast?
I mean, we do, but we don't drink. Like, the only energy I've ever had was like a 5-hour energy.
Ew.
I mean,
oh my God, 5-hour energies are terrible.
I only took it for like football, but yeah, the crash was definitely. Like,
it's awful. I remember the first time I had a 5-hour energy. The funny part about it was I didn't think like I was allowed to have it. I was like 15. I bought one at a gas station.
You thought you weren't allowed. You thought it was like.
I didn't know what was gonna happen,
so gonna explode.
I took it to like my grandpa's house with my mom. And, yeah, you're gonna need to silence that, brother.
Sorry.
I'm joking.
my phone is infected.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean? You got a virus? You watch too much porn on your phone or something?
No, not porn. just explicit movie sites,
Oh, I hear what you're saying.
It's crazy how you just click the one thing, it says X, and then all the shit pops up.
Yeah. You gotta be careful with that. But I took the 5-hour energy to my grandpa's house. We were having like a family gathering. I didn't think
alcohol.
Something. I didn't think it was alcohol, but I didn't think like a kid was allowed to have it, right? Because it's in the front at the gas station. You have to like pick it out and buy it or whatever. And the woman at the gas station gave me a dirty look when I bought it, and I was like, I don't know if I'm allowed to have this. So I went into his bathroom. And I started sipping on it slowly. Mind you, a 5-hour energy is a shot, so you're supposed to just cook it. Oh, well, I was like sipping on it slowly, and the first thing that I thought of was like the grape NyQuil. That's what it tasted like. Mm-hmm. I was like, this shit is terrible. So I drank like half of it and then dumped the rest down the toilet and flushed it. And then I like.
Now we have some crazy fucking mutant.
Yeah,
turtles going on
probably,
down there.
Dude. And then I took the little bottle, wrapped it in toilet paper, and like shoved it in the bottom of the trash. I don't know. It was disgusting. It tasted terrible. It tasted terrible, and it gave me way too much energy for a 15-year-old kid. I was like half of it. I was like bouncing. It was terrible.
But like, okay, please explain to me what it does. Does it really, like, you feel the energy coursing through your veins?
With Red Bull, I've tried a lot of energy drinks in my day. Mm. And when I was like a teenager, I still am. I still call myself a teenager, even though I'm 22.
Yeah, I was about to say you're.
But when I was like 15, 16, 17, and I was just cruising through the streets on a skateboard, my drink of choice was Monster. And I don't know, it was fine, I guess, but I was like a crazy fucking delinquent kid running around. And then as I got older, I started to switch to Red Bull because there's less sugar and less caffeine in Red Bull. I don't know if that's all the way right, but I'm pretty sure Red Bull's one of the energy drinks that's like, if you were to pick one that's good for you, it would have to be Red Bull or some of those other natural ones or whatever. But I don't know. The can looks cool. They got crazy cool flavors, and there's about as much caffeine in this as 2 cups of coffee-ish. There's 114 milligrams, and the standard cup of coffee is like 80 to 90. So, you drink one of these, it's like having 2 cups of coffee, and you get a little sugar rush too. Even though this one is sugar-free, because I've been getting the sugar-free ones recently. Because the ones with sugar in them taste.
You get a sugar rush,
they
but
taste
sugar-free.
bad. Well, with the regular ones, you get a little sugar rush. This one's sugar-free. I've been drinking the sugar-free ones because they're better for you.
You wanna know what's crazy? I didn't even know what Red Bull was, even though I used to watch X Games and all that shit. I didn't know what it was.
That's funny. You didn't know
Red Bull is the fucking wings. It gives you wings, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I saw the commercials. Didn't know.
This one's pear flavored.
Oh.
They have a bunch. They just came out with watermelon. Tastes like battery acid.
Probably never drink one. Ever.
Tastes like battery acid. You know what's funny? Derek was telling me that on the Marine base, there's a big ass fridge stocked with every energy drink you can think of. Bang, Red Bull, Monster, Venom. I was like,
what the fuck is Venom?
Venom is super water.
Wait, have you ever had NOS?
Yes, I have.
Okay, we gotta go through the energy drinks. You've had them all, right?
I don't think I've had them all. I've never had a Venom.
That's like top tier.
I don't know if it's top tier. It looks terrible. Like when you pour it out, it's like the liquid is like a color that liquid probably shouldn't be. I don't know. It's gross. The can looks really cool though. If I remember
is
what
it
the
sold
can
in
looks like. What?
Gas stations?
I think so.
I've never seen it.
Venom. It's like a black can.
Hell no.
With like...
See, it got it's got a whole snake's eye. No.
There's one energy drink that I saw at Dollar General, and it's like
good old Dollar General.
It's like a all red can with a black spider on the front, and in yellow letters it says like spider or something like that. And I read the back of it. It was like a warning and shit. There was like 40 grams of sugar in it, and like enough caffeine, like the recommended daily amount that you're not supposed to go over with caffeine is 300 milligrams. And Bang energy drinks have like 285, 300 in them. This thing had like close to, if not more than 300 milligrams.
But that's like how moonshine has like 97%.
Right, yeah. But do you want to know the craziest part? It was 99 cents. I was like, this is going to kill people. It was 99 cents. I want to try one. I want to try one just to try one. It's like by doing Coke or something.
I mean, if it's 99 cents, what's 99 cents gonna... I mean, just know if your heart stops beating.
99 cents just killed my ass.
99 cents?
I died for under $1. Well, there's a sugar tax, so...
Yeah.
That is kind of fucked.
That would be the worst way.
I want to talk to you about Black Mask.
Oh, boy.
Because I don't get it.
Black Mask? Like the character
yes.
or the song, the character?
I get the song. I was in the music video.
Okay, yes.
And it was a great...
Solid Black Mask was the music video.
Solid Black Mask.
Black Mask was the first one.
Black Mask was the first one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I did the music video with you.
Yes.
If anyone's listening or watching and hasn't seen that music video, you should probably go watch it.
It's on YouTube.
It's a great time. Kendall's YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the shit.
Yes.
You know what the shit is. I'll put a link there.
Shoot the shit.
Just go to the shit and find the link. But Black Mask is a character that you developed because...
Okay.
Because why? I don't know.
So
I don't know the character. It's a cool character.
Yes,
I like
yes.
the look of him. And he does a backflip in the music video.
So, like, you've known me for quite some time. I mean, I don't know. We've never really hung out as much, but if you have been around me, I kind of have, like, not a disorder, but, like, I have multiple personalities that I like to tap into.
Okay.
Not really so, but I just do different voices just because, like, I don't know. Because I entertain myself. I feel like that's what it is. It's just entertaining myself. So, well, Black Mask came about. I mean, it was basically about, you know, all this injustice and stuff and, like, how people perceive black people and such. And I was like, let me create a character that resembles what people perceive about me and my color and people in my skin and make it positive. But also teach them a little bit, like, you know, in the song I say, like, first things first, we were about to be worked.
Right.
So on, so forth, and so on. So, like, it was just a character to shed a positive light on a ski mask.
Right. I see what you're saying.
So,
cool,
like, because I'm obviously, you can hear my voice, you can look at me, I'm not nothing close to a thug or...
Right, and you're not a violent guy at all. I've known you for a couple... I've known you for a few years now, and you don't strike me as a... Yeah, you don't strike me as a violent dude. So it's a relatively, like, recent...
Yeah.
Or have you been cooking it for a while on the back
burner?
No,
it's just sporadic. I'm a really, like, just... spur of the moment guy. Like, I just think of things and then I was just like, okay, because, like, even still I was like, okay, I don't have a ski mask. Where do you even get a ski mask? I was like, I don't even know.
Kroger, Walmart.
No,
I don't know.
they don't.
They don't have them. Why? Because they think you're gonna, like, someone who buys a ski mask is going to commit a crime?
You know what's crazy? People, okay, so there's one guy at my job. His name is Harper. Harper, if you see this, hey, they don't know you, but he saw the video and he was like been giving me shit about it. He's just like, oh look, it's Black Mask. I'm like, shut up. I'm like,
bro, I'm supposed to be a superhero.
I'm like, I'm Batman. You don't need to know.
Yeah.
He's like, but you kind of said that you're a Black Mask. I'm like, so what? Like, just like how Bruce Wayne, people know Batman's Bruce Wayne, but they like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Or Iron Man is Robert Downey Jr. Like, you're not going
Tony Stark. Right.
Yeah, sorry. No government names. Yeah, but that's just what that was.
So, are we going to get a Black Mask project or what?
Ooh,
like
damn.
a whole Black Mask project? Because I know you've got a few songs where you play the character.
I don't know. See, the thing about my music is just like, once I drop something, I kind of just move on to something else. So like, the only way for Black Mask to really come out is just like some more bullshit has to happen. Like, of course, the first thing happened. I don't even what spurred Black Mask. I think it was a killing or something, and then I said that, and then I was just like, okay, for Black people to feel like happy and safe, like black doesn't crack, always beautiful. That's like the hook or whatever, the chorus, and then the George Floyd thing happened, and I was talking to my friend Caleb about it. I was like, yo, I'm probably gonna drop this solid Black Mask. I was like, check it out, do you think I should drop it? And he was like, hell yeah, dude, like, it's perfect. But I kind of dropped it right before it happened, so it kind of just like transitioned right into it. And I was just like, I don't know, because one thing about me is like, I have to like cope with things, but it's like, I didn't really want to keep talking about it. Like, I don't really like talking about shit. Like, I deal with stuff eternally. I suffer in my own silence. I know that's bad, but like, I don't know. So a solid Black Mask project. A Black Mask project. It's just gotta have some more bullshit has to happen, and then maybe he'll pop back out. He might just make some appearances in other videos for other different songs. It all depends, you know.
I think it's really cool.
Do you?
Thing.
I was gonna get a tattoo about it too. I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I might as well just.
What would the tattoo be? Just the ski mask?
Yeah, just be a ski mask.
Just the ski mask logo.
But it's like, yeah. But I also don't want to be like ski mask or some god. You know,
I was gonna say, isn't that already a guy? I'm not really big into the hip hop scene. I'm getting there, but I don't know a lot.
So even if you've been around Derek, you haven't listened to like all the people, all the shit.
You see, the thing is with Derek. He and I would listen to like when so for example when Frank and I we had video production little business going. Frank and Derek were technically the two owners, and I was just like the general manager, I guess you could call me. But we pretty much did everything together. Derek handled more of like the back end stuff, like setting up gigs and everything else. But for the most part, we did everything pretty much as a team. And when we would our furthest place we had to travel for a job was Nashville, Tennessee. And driving from Toledo. Nashville, Tennessee is like 7 or 8 hour drive.
Beautiful place though.
It's a great place. We spent 2 days there. We got a hotel paid for us. It was a great time.
Ooh.
It was one, yeah. It was. I don't know about big ballin'. It was like a Motel 6 on like the side of the highway. But and they didn't let us take it. Like the dude at the counter was like worried about us taking our cameras in. We had all this equipment, and he was like, "What are you guys doing?" We were like, "Dude, will you relax?"
There's some stuff they want you to find out.
Maybe, I don't know, but. So when we were in the car, Derek would play a little bit of hip hop, and Frank was into hip hop, so he would groove to it, and I would groove to it. But Derek and I would listen to like I don't even know, like alt punk music or like old school classics, like
what's his name? Hold on.
Who's the guy who did Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons? That Sherry, that shit. I love. Like old classic type music like that, and so does Derek, so that's what he and I would listen to. But to be honest, I pretty much have gotten my hip hop knowledge, if you could even call it that, from Hunter, because I've been attached at the hip with that kid since fucking 8th grade, and he's huge into hip hop. So I can pretty much credit except Tyler the Creator.
Name 5 hip hop people right now.
5? I don't think I could. I mean, I can name like the 5 big ones, obviously. I can name like Kendrick, J. Cole, Drake, fucking R.I.P. Juice, Lil Uzi Vert. I mean, I know people, but like Kanye. Kanye 2020. You gonna vote for him?
We're gonna talk about that. Definitely.
But yeah, other than that, like I would not know like Playboi Carti, for example, or Lil Uzi Vert or Brockhampton.
So who did you grow up listening to? If you listened to music growing up, what were you listening to then?
I was like a pop punk kid, Fall Out Boy, Falling in Reverse, like metalcore type kid.
Not
I was
not screamo.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I was into that.
To go
yeah, for sure. I still listen to some of it, even though most of the bands I used to listen to are pretty bad now. It was kind of funny. Hunter and I went back and we watched an old video from one of those bands like 2 days ago. The video is like 9 years old, and we watched like an acoustic set that they did. And I looked at him like halfway through. I was like, "This is a lot worse than I remember it." It was just like some whiny ass, But I don't know. That's just what I listened to growing up, and then once I kind of transitioned into what I am now, I listen to more hip hop. But now I'm just I just listen to podcasts now. It's sad. Like the last album I listened to was Juice WRLD, the most recent one.
What do you think about that?
I was very emotional.
Yeah.
I sat out on that balcony out there, and I just vibed. A little teary.
Did you cry?
Oh, yeah. Like, sobbed like a bitch. It was bad.
I mean, this, whole, drug thing and these artists, they're dying quick.
Yeah, Juice was younger than me, too. That's the crazy part.
He
was either younger than me or extremely close in age. I know he was 20 or 21 when he died, but we were extremely close in age. Yeah. And the crazy part about it is Hunter pointed out the other day when we were listening to that album, I can't remember what the song on the album is, but Hunter pointed out that it sounded like a Paramore song. And I was like, I could not make that connection in my head. I was like, I don't see it. But then he played the Paramore song, and I was like, wow.
Oh, yeah, he was very inspired by a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and did you see the album cover? A lot of people are comparing it to Acid Rap album cover. Like the album art. Look at the album art right now, and then think of the Acid Rap album art in your head.
You talking about Chance?
No, yeah, Chance. But look at the Juice WRLD album. And then tell me that does not look like the Acid Rap cover.
Damn, where'd it go? Juice. Acid Rap is such a... Oh, man. What a time that was.
That was probably...
Hold on, let me look at...
Yeah, then now look at the Acid Rap one. They're very similar. This is definitely inspired. The color scheme's the same. They're both kind of looking at the camera weird.
Okay.
I could see how people would think it's...
Okay, yes.
Yeah. But yeah, Acid Rap. That's an album right there, pal.
For sure.
That is an album.
Let's talk about... Okay, 1 second. Chance the Rapper, the Big Day. What did you think about that?
I thought it was hot garbage.
Thank you.
I did not like it at all.
See, the people that I really like, that I can't really, listen to anymore, like Logic. I used to be a big Logic fan.
Dude, I wouldn't know who Logic is if it wasn't for Hunter.
Really?
That kid, he was listening to Logic. I'm not kidding. When we were probably like Logic was like SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Not even mixtape Logic yet.
Yeah.
Like before the Young Sinatra project. I mean, he was listening to, because we used to play Call of Duty all the time, and Logic was like a huge Call of Duty rapper. Like everybody would make like sniping and clip montages, and they would use Logic songs. That's pretty much how we think that Logic kind of blew up.
I just can't listen to their stuff anymore. What was this thing, the supermarket? I'm like, I understand people try to do different things.
I didn't even listen. I don't even know what you're talking about. The supermarket. I didn't even hear it or listen to it.
Don't even waste your time.
I'm not gonna.
But Chance the Rapper, the Big Day, Logic's I'm like, I used to love these guys.
Yeah.
What happened?
Money, fame, age.
Okay, but look at Drake, though. Drake, I mean, his stuff is getting there, too, where I'm like, okay, I can't listen to it anymore.
His most recent thing he put out, I can't tell you the name of any song on the album or what the album's even called, but I've heard it because...
Dark Demo Tape.
I have no idea. But I liked it. I enjoyed it. But the one before that, I can't remember that, playlist
Scorpion.
Or whatever. I could not do it. He's more of a TikTok rapper now. He'll just make, that Tootsie Slide song.
Right foot up.
Yeah, he's such a radio.
He passed the Beatles, so he could do whatever the hell he wants.
That's true, man. I guess.
Listen, I never really listened to the Beatles, but
neither did I. But I can appreciate.
They were loved.
Yeah, I can appreciate their fame and what they did.
So he dropped Dark Lane Demo, then Care Package, which is old songs that resurfaced.
Like throwaways or something.
No. They're just old songs that were never out. Put out.
Okay.
How About Now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, what were we talking about?
Chance, big day.
No. Okay, we're done.
Oh,
We're done. We're done.
You wanted to talk about Kanye.
Okay. Well, one thing. I get he's in a point now, in a place where he's found his soulmate, his wife. They figured things out. And
You're talking about?
Yeah, Chance.
Oh, Chance.
And he's really happy about that. But everybody knows this. The whole project was about it.
Really?
Yes.
I only listened to it the day it came out. I listened to it all the way through one time, and then the next day I listened to it on shuffle, the album, on my way to work, which is like a 20-minute drive. And I was like, yeah, I'm probably never gonna listen to this album again. And I haven't since. It was like the second day it came out.
Like I missed the now. I missed that Chance. I missed when rappers were hungry. Like I mean, not like with Kendrick. Kendrick is still, I'll still listen to him, but like when he first came out, Section 80, all that, untouchable.
Well, I mean, I think a big part of it though is like Chance is sober now. And I think a big, like, acid rap probably wouldn't have been what it is if he wasn't tripping like balls.
I mean, you gotta do something to stimulate your mind.
Yeah, but look at what happens when young rappers are stimulating their minds now.
But
they
I don't
fucking
think he was
die.
on that path, though. He could be. He could have been.
He was addicted to Xanax. He says it all the time in his music.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I don't know. But
I don't do drugs, so I don't know, kids.
I don't know. Neither do I, so I don't know. Pot is not a drug. Don't look at me like that.
It's legal.
Don't look at me like that, brother.
We gotta go to Ann Arbor. Okay, that's another conversation.
We'll talk about that later. Kanye, you were like, we're gonna talk about that. What? Do you hate Kanye now or something?
This I've never been into politics. I know a lot of people have not been into politics, but like, this is the first time I've actually paid attention to shit.
Yeah.
And like, with Kanye saying he was really, he said it a while back that he was gonna run, but there was no.
He said it like 2 years ago or some shit. Yeah.
But then he said this time he really is gonna run. I just read something saying like he's never like turned any papers or anything in for it, and I'm just I just don't understand the system. How is he even still, like, the election is in November?
Yeah.
How the hell it is July and he can still be president or he can still be in the race?
I think it's just a clout thing, or like.
Would you vote for him?
No, absolutely not. He's Kanye. If what he says is like his actual core values, he's kind of a cock. He's like pro-choice, or he's pro-life. He's like, I mean, there's a lot of shit that he talks about.
Pro-life versus pro-choice.
I mean, we can if you want, but that's a different argument. But he's like very. Apparently, I don't know if it's true or not because you can never really believe what he says because he always says random ass shit. But like, he's against like LGBTQ people because he's very religious and shit like that. So it's like, I don't know if he's what we need.
I'm just saying, just don't beat me up, people. If you're listening, reviewing, just
controversial topic coming in hot.
Think about all the campaigns. I mean, not all the campaigns, but all the campaign tours or whatever, and all like his speech and stuff. It's gonna be lit. The music is gonna be lit. He gonna play all the new shit, all the songs.
It's gonna be a party for sure.
It's gonna be lit.
Yeah,
but we're all probably have to go to Colorado because that's where it's gonna be.
Or Wyoming. It's not big ass estate that
it's not gonna be in Washington D.C. He's gonna get.
Well, it's gonna have to be. Yeah, that's true.
He's like, I want it on my.
Yeah, he would be the first president ever to be inaugurated on his private land. Nobody would say shit about it either.
Right? They'd be like, well, I mean, he's the president, but I don't know. I really not okay. This is also controversy. Don't shoot me, people. Like I said, I don't know politics, but I kind of, I wanted to, not that I wanted to see Hillary in office, but I just wanted to have a girl. I'm like, okay, we got a black man in office. Yeah. Let's get a girl. I was just like, let's just go through all the shit. Because we're in some shit. Let's just go through it all.
Let's get it all the fuck over
with.
Like,
if Oprah was saying, yeah, I'll run, okay, go ahead, Oprah. Everybody likes you. Just go ahead. Do what you want to do, sweetie.
Yeah.
Ellen DeGeneres. I'd be like, Ellen, yes, I love Ellen. Let's have her.
Her catchphrase is be kind to one another. That's excellent. That's a great campaign slogan.
Dory.
Yeah, dude.
Dory be the figurehead.
Right.
Instead of the, what is it, Jackass? Jackass is the Democrats, right? No.
Yes.
It would be the Dory fish. Whatever that
donkey?
fish is called. Yes.
Nice.
But that would be changing the whole
That would take a lot. It'd have to be papers passed, a vote. There'd have to be a lot of money exchanged.
Okay. Segue. Did you watch Hamilton?
Did I watch Hamilton? No.
That shit was lit.
I want to because I'm a musical fan.
That shit was lit.
I like musicals a lot. I was in musicals growing up in middle school and high school.
Really?
Yeah, I was
I was in the actor in you.
Thank you. I was in drama club, choir. I did it all.
Favorite play you've been in? Or musical, whatever.
Probably Aladdin. That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
You weren't Aladdin though.
I know.
What were you? You were like a.
I had like 2 roles. I was like the baker, and then I was like a guard who like captures him or some shit. I don't really remember. It was a long time ago. But yeah, no, I want to see that. I can't. Isn't it on Disney Plus now?
Yes.
Damn, maybe I should watch it when this is done.
Okay, but it is long.
Oh, I know. It's like 4 hours, isn't it? Yeah, it's long. It's a Broadway musical.
Literally,
they're long.
I think I've only seen The Lion King, and that's probably,
Yeah. That was at the Stranahan.
You've seen the movie so much, so watching the play is nothing.
Right.
But when I tell you, because I'm the type of person where, like, not that I have ADHD, but I just, like, can't sit still. Yeah. So I might have it. I don't know if I just can't.
Who knows?
When, everybody was like, yeah, we're going to watch Hamilton, I was like, first of all, I don't even know what it was about. And I was like, oh, it's about Alexander Hamilton. I was like, oh, well, who's Alexander Hamilton? Even though I know who he is. Right,
you did school and everything, but
I didn't really learn much.
Yeah.
We can talk about the school system and shit later. But it was very like, okay, the one critique I would say is just it was very repetitive.
Really?
Like it was rap, hip hop, inspired, but it was just like I was like I'm literally listening to Eminem every second, literally his whole flow. I was like, one, y'all stole the shit, but like I did. You also have to have subtitles because you won't really tell what they're saying. You need to have subtitles.
Really?
Yeah, because you can't really tell. So you can get what they're saying because they're rhyming every.
Well, it's a musical, yeah. They're singing and dancing and rhyming and shit. It's a blast. One of my favorite musicals.
I want to watch it with you just to see how.
One of my favorite musicals of all time is The Sound of Music, and that's really long too. It's like 3.5 hours.
I only know that one song. This the sound of music.
Yeah, it's about.
Have you seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
Yes, duh. The Kid Catcher. Come on. Yes. He drove like a flying car and he would snatch kids.
I didn't watch the new Mary Poppins though.
I watched half of it and then, so where my mom lives, there's before COVID or whatever. Not that. It's called like a movie in the park. And they have like this park that's an open field pretty much, and they set up like a food truck almost, but it's got a big ass screen on it. Mm-hmm. And then they put these massive speakers in the park, and people just come and bring picnics and blankets and chairs and stuff.
I mean, you can still do that because of COVID. Just
yeah, but I don't think they've done it since, is what I'm saying. But they might. I don't know. But one of the movies there was the new Mary Poppins. I was there for about half of it, but then I had to leave because I had another commitment. I don't remember what I was doing, but I had to leave. But I liked the first half. I liked it a lot.
What other musicals are there?
There's a lot, dude. There's a lot. Sound of Music. That one. Hamilton.
Oh, have you seen West Side Story?
I was in West Side Story. We did. Well, it wasn't the whole musical. When I was in choir, it wasn't a drama club thing. But when I was in choir, we did like, we were studying like musicals that like were groundbreaking or something like that. Music that was groundbreaking. So at the spring or fall concert, we did like a hefty portion of it was West Side Story type shit. But Perrysburg did do West Side Story. It was after I graduated.
Have you seen?
And I went back and watched it, and it was really good. I think they did West Side Story. Maybe I made that up. I think they did. I remember seeing West Side Story as a production on stage. I was in the audience. But I don't remember if it was a high school production. I don't remember. But no, it's a great one. Maybe you know what the Newsies is?
Yes.
I was in that
I watched that on Disney Plus, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That one we did. I was in choir class. We did a Newsies thing. And I was a part of that too. That was really fun. The music from like that time period is so cool.
Have you been in The Wiz, I'm guessing? I mean The Wizard of Oz.
That is my all-time favorite movie. Wizard of Oz.
Black and white, right?
It's not actually.
No, I'm saying, but that's your favorite, the black and white, the original one.
Well, the original one is sepia. It's not black and white. It's like a caramel tone.
Oh.
Yeah. It's actually the
So
first.
so they had black and white first, and then they graduated to sepia? Because I know what you're talking about.
I don't know the
Like,
time
when
frame.
did-
I think that sounds right. Black and white to sepia and then color. But the Wizard of Oz was the first movie ever to transition from sepia to color in the same movie. It was the first, because when she went to the Land of Oz, that's all in color, and then she came back.
That was
after
the first
tornado.
color ever in a movie.
No. It was the first time that a movie transitioned from sepia to
the same
color in
movie.
the same movie. Yes, and the only reason it didn't win Best Picture at the Oscars that year was because that was the same year Gone with the Wind came out.
I've never seen it.
I've watched.
That's a book, right?
Yes, I watched Gone with the Wind only because I had to. I took a film literacy class in high school, so I had to watch it. But I will say it was probably not one of my favorite movies ever, but it was a really good.
What is it about? Give me just a quick synopsis.
Honestly, I can't even tell you. I don't even remember. That class was a lot of pretty much. That class was the first 3 weeks. You got a partner and you studied a movie and wrote a paper
You
about
had to watch it together.
Well, you could watch it on your own time, but you both had to watch it.
Oh.
And then study it, write a paper about it, do a little presentation in front of the class, and then you watch that movie as the class. And then the next group goes. So once you presented your movie, you were done. And the whole time, for the rest of the semester, you just watched movies and then took a quiz about them.
Damn, I wish I had
It was
that
a
class.
really, really easy and really fun class, but half the movies we watched, I couldn't tell you a thing about
Have you
because I
seen The
did
Great
not pay
Gatsby?
attention. Great Gatsby is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Oh my
but
God.
not the fucking shitty remake with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Whoa!
The original in
Whoa,
the 70s with
whoa.
Robert Redford, way better.
Please explain why.
Way better.
Please
because
explain.
Because they did it wrong in the
What you mean
remake.
they did it wrong? It's a remake. It's not supposed to be the same.
First of all,
Okay.
the music they chose was fucking terrible.
Whoa, don't you ever
because
do that to Jay-Z like that.
Hey, no shade to Jay-Z. He's one of the greatest rappers alive,
Okay.
and he's done so much
But
for
he
the
should
music
have not done the
industry.
soundtrack for it.
Correct, because that movie is set in the goddamn 30s.
But do you see how they did it though? It fits. It was
You cannot have a movie that's set in the 30s and then have music that's
modernize it. That's what people do all the time.
not for that movie.
Not for that
That
movie.
movie is
Ruined
too. Yes, that's a big
too
thing
pure.
that ruined it.
Okay,
for
I'm
me.
gonna have to watch the original now.
And the meeting between Gatsby and Nick, yes, Tobey Maguire's character, Nick, is that his name?
Nick
right?
Carraway, yes.
Right. The meeting between them in the book and in the original movie from the 70s.
Book is always better. Come on now.
In the book and in the movie from the 70s, the way they met is not the way they met
How'd
in the
they meet in the
remake.
book?
The way they
in the
met,
movie.
the way they met in the book and the 70s movie was Nick Carraway and Gatsby had a conversation at that house party, and they were talking to each other like normal adults.
And then he knew.
But he didn't know. That's the thing. He didn't even know he was talking to Gatsby until the day after when he put the pieces together, or somebody told him. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've read the book.
But they kind of did that. He was with that girl.
Leonardo
And then he's
DiCaprio.
like,
no,
Gatsby.
no. Leonardo DiCaprio in that movie made such a statement when he walked into that room. There was a fucking parade for him. They were singing and dancing.
You still didn't know it was him, though.
Yes, you did. The second he walked into the room and everyone started sucking his toes and they were playing Jay-Z and he was walking down the stairs drinking champagne, everybody knew it was the
didn't know.
Gatsby.
So maybe
bullshit. Don't even lie. Everybody knew. It was such a fucking.
I just don't
God, it
get
was
how
terrible.
he was such a creeper. He was like looking through the window. I'm just like,
He loved Daisy, bro.
no, I'm talking about when he would watch Nick. He like before he got to the party, he was
Yeah.
just like an overseer.
Yeah. Have you ever seen talking about old good movies, The Graduate?
No.
The Graduate's another one of my
Sounds
favorite
like-
movies. It's really, really good. It's basically about a guy who goes to college and he
Because
comes
he graduated.
He comes back from college and he's like a whiz kid. He's super smart and everyone's pressuring him to get a job and do all this, like do something with his life. But
How old is he?
I don't know what.
Oh, he's like, oh,
when
well,
you
I thought
just-
I thought he was like a kid. Then.
when you just graduate college,
Oh, okay.
you're, I don't know,
I thought he was a
25.
kid that was a whiz kid.
No, but apparently he's like got really good grades. He was like a runner, and he comes back and people are talking about how if he's going to get a job in this firm or he's going to go to the Olympics or whatever he's going to do. I don't think the Olympics was ever mentioned, but he was like a good runner in college. But he doesn't want to do any of that. He wants to go on his own path, but he's being pressured from his family and his parents and rich people around.
We gotta
And-
stop doing that, people.
I know. And then he meets a girl who
course.
he's supposed to get married to. They're supposed to, like, everyone thinks they're good together. But then he starts having an affair with her mother. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It gets really, really interesting.
This is an old movie though?
Have you ever heard the term "You're trying to seduce me, Mrs. Robinson"? The song "Mrs. Robinson" by Simon and Garfunkel. Here's to you, Mrs. Robinson. That's in that movie. Such a great movie. Came out in the 80s, I want to say.
So he's supposed to be with the girl, but got with the mom. Was the mom a widow? Did she have a husband?
You know, there was never a talk of maybe there was a husband, but he was really rich and was never there, or he died. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen it, but it's a really, really good movie.
We need to have a movie night.
I'm down.
For sure.
It's a really good movie. Yeah, but him and the daughter end up getting together. Like that's.
But she never knew that they slept. His mom.
No, she walks in on him. Like she finds out.
And they join in.
Ooh, yeah, it's nuts. And then she gets married to another guy, and then he realizes that he doesn't love the mom. He actually loves her. It's a fucking great movie, dude.
Wait, time out question. Have you seen The End of the Fucking World on Netflix?
The End of the Fucking World. Oh, is that TV show? Is this like a show, right?
It's not a TV show, but it's like a.
It's a Netflix original show.
Yes.
Yeah, it's I watched the first season. Jasmine and I watched it together.
Is so lit.
We haven't watched the second season yet. I don't know why. Maybe we should do that.
Have you watched
Hey, Jazz, if you're listening, we're going to watch the second season of that show.
Hey, Jazz.
I did. We watched the whole first season. We finished the whole first season in like a day and a half. Because when the whole...
I can't binge watch shit.
When the whole first season came out, it was right like as Jazz and I were becoming official 2 years ago. So her and I were still like just talking at that time. So she would come over to my house and we would just watch that show all day.
Oh.
Yeah. It was, dude, that show's really good.
For sure.
The first season, I haven't watched the second season, I don't know, but the first season's really good. Have you finished it yet?
Yes, I finished it. Oh my god.
Oh, you finished the second season too?
Yeah.
All right, don't tell me anything about the second season. But the first season's tough.
Have you seen you've seen Stranger Things, I'm guessing. Please tell me.
I watched the first season.
Oh god.
The first season was really, really good. I liked it a lot. I watched the second season all the way through, and it was less cool than the first season.
For sure. It always dies.
And then when the third season started, I watched about 14 minutes of the first episode, and I was like, this is fucking washed. It's so washed now. It's bad. I couldn't even get through the first episode of the third season. I was like, this is not good anymore. They completely killed it. I don't know. I never understood how they could keep the same narrative going with the Upside Down and the monster and everything else. Like, she killed him in the first season, dude. And then they try to bring it back in the second. And I was like, okay, this is kind of a stretch. Yeah, like, it's kind of a stretch. But Sam from fucking Lord of the Rings was in that second season. He played Bob.
I don't recall the.
You know, in the second season when the kid's mom gets a boyfriend, that Bob guy who works at like a video store. He's like a nerd. He was a hobbit in Lord of the Rings.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a speaking part.
Yeah, he played Sam. Frodo's right-hand man.
Oh, Sam.
Yeah. Sam. He was dope. I think he played Sam. Watch, I'm going to get that wrong and someone's going to absolutely crucify me.
Yeah, you don't play with Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I know. Have you seen those all the way through?
Ooh, one of them.
Really?
How many are there? Like 6, 7?
Well, there's 3 originals. There's the 3 original
movies.
The Hobbit. And then there's the Hobbit series, which I believe there are 3 of those. So technically there's 6, but there's only 3 Lord of the Rings
I've only
movies.
seen My Precious, whatever the fuck that movie was.
That's the first one.
Yeah. Have you seen Star Trek?
No.
That shit was long as fuck.
Yeah, I'm a Star Wars guy. I mean, I've seen like the original Star Trek series, like the TV show, because my dad was really into it and his mom was really into it. But I watched the J.J. Abrams' newest like movie that they did before Leonard Nimoy died.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it. I thought it was good, but I'm not really like I don't know anything about the lore. You can't quiz me like you can with Star Wars.
Favorite Star Wars character? Go.
Oh, fuck you. Favorite Star Wars character?
Yes. Canon or non-canon?
What did you say?
Canon or non-canon?
Canon or non-canon? I don't get what that means.
You don't know what canon is?
No. What are you saying?
Never mind.
All right, never mind. Favorite Star Wars?
You don't know what canon? Oh my god. Go ahead,
dude. You're gonna have to give me a minute on this. You can't put me on the spot.
Right, okay, favorite
Tell me what canon or non-canon means first. So I'll tell you my favorite Star Wars character. I don't know what that means.
I can't believe you never heard that before.
Never, ever in my whole life.
What? So canon means that the material is part of the Star Wars fictional universe. Non-canon is like fan fiction or alternate reality and not part of the fictional universe.
Okay, I get you. Well,
I couldn't explain it to you, so that's why I had to look it up. But I knew. We talk about this all the time at work, but I never really knew the difference.
I would probably say my favorite is probably Chewbacca. That was the first that came to mind, or 3PO. I love Chewie. Or 3PO.
Did you see
I couldn't get behind it. I couldn't get behind it. I watched the first 2 episodes. I watched, I think it was the first 2 or first 3. I watched up until they introduced Baby Yoda. But I don't know. It just didn't feel like a Star Wars. It didn't feel like it was in the same
It was better than the
universe.
last few movies that came out.
Maybe. I don't think the movies have really been good since... I don't know. I'm a like a Star Wars elitist.
Star Wars Revenge of the Sith is the best.
The third, yeah, it's a good one. I like it a lot.
Well, okay, Empire Strikes Back is the best.
I think Empire is really... I think the Empire is probably my favorite one, but I don't think 8 and 9 were very good.
You can't say 8 and 9. I need you to say the name, because I don't...
The 2 most recent movies with Kylo Ren. Not Star Wars 7, the one that came out with... that was the first big remake that came out like 3 years ago, and it had all the hype behind it.
So you've seen all of them, though?
I've seen all of them, yes.
Okay.
But the fight scene in The Last Jedi, which was Star Wars 7, which was the one that came out, and everyone was hyping it up because it was the first time a Star Wars had been in theaters in like 15 years or something like that.
Everybody, yeah.
That fight scene when Kylo Ren and Rey, I don't know, now the movies are running together in my head, but whichever movie it was where they fought...
In the woods?
No, they were like a team. They fought as a team against all those red characters.
Oh.
With the hoods on, who had like the double staff. When Rey yelled Ben, she didn't yell Kylo Ren, she yelled his real name and threw his lightsaber at him, and he turned it on and cut that dude in half instantly. My dick got hard. Dude, that was the coolest shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
Ben!
I was like, oh! That was hard. And then he cut Snoke in half. I was like, dude, what is happening? That movie was kick-ass. But then the next 2 after that were just pretty shitty.
Did you like Solo and all of them? The other ones?
I didn't see Solo, actually.
Oh.
I didn't watch Solo. But Rogue One is, like, I'll put that up there with Empire.
Didn't watch it. I've only seen the ones that came out, like the OG and then the prequels. And then I never seen whenever Rey came into the picture. Well, no, I saw... Actually, no, I think I saw all of them up until the ones that just came out. So I didn't see the last one where Kylo gave his life up for that girl. First of all, we gonna stop giving our lives for these females. Okay, I was just
Says
joking.
the dude who moved across the country.
Whoa.
That's funny.
Not talking about me. But now I'm just like, cause I like Kylo's character, but he kind of is on my shit list. He killed Harrison Ford.
That was his dad, too.
It's fucked up.
It was. But I heard that Harrison Ford,
He's ready to go.
I heard that was part of the deal. Harrison Ford said, if I do this, because that was the first one, like the first one of the remakes, the 7th one.
But see, everybody's got to be connected. Everybody's got to be, oh, this is my sister, my cousin. Like,
I know.
Like fucking
it's
Luke
a whole Luke and Leia, brother and sister. Yeah, it's a whole... I don't think so. I don't think... I mean, maybe, I don't know, maybe they have a weird... Maybe they have a weird 6-finger child running around who's like can force choke people.
Incest,
yeah. But I'm pretty sure it was a thing where Harrison Ford... I don't know if this is real or not. The Star Wars fans who are listening to this are probably going to fucking come to my work and kill me.
They're definitely coming for you.
But anyway, I heard
that was
that
part of the contract.
It was part of the whole, okay, if I'm going to come back and do another one, I'm done after this. I want to be Harrison Ford now.
For him to be his dad, I was like, damn, everybody, like I said, everybody's interlinked. I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, it's part of the whole lore.
Okay, one thing. Let's talk about how Anakin was with Padme and he was a kid while she was like a teen. I got to know how old they were. Because that shit don't make sense.
The timelines in the first 3, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith. The timeline in those 3 movies, you're right, they don't make sense.
At all.
They don't make sense at all. Too much time passes in between 1 and 2 for 3 to make sense. And in 1, Anakin's like 8 or 9 or like 10 or something.
No, he's younger.
And Padme has to be like 20, probably 15. I don't know. But then in the second one, they're both the same age.
Yeah, he was the... What is a young Jedi? What do they call him?
Padawan.
Yeah, he was a Padawan.
Right.
Yeah. But she was already the whatever the hell
she was the queen in the first one.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the second one,
pregnant.
Now they're the same age all of a sudden. And by the way, the second one, a lot of my friends who are Star Wars fans will debate me on this, but I will take Jar Jar Binks in The Phantom Menace over the Anakin Padme love scenes in Attack of the Clones, because those are the most...
I just feel like the acting was just subpar.
It's the most cringy shit I've ever seen. Hayden Christensen...
Hey, don't.
He can't...
Hey.
I didn't like him. He was a whiny little bitch ass.
So it's Tom Holland, but we're not going to talk about that, are we?
All right.
Yeah.
If you want to get into the Spider-Man
yeah.
debate, Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man we've ever had.
People.
And nobody can change
Delusional. But no.
Yes.
No.
He plays Peter Parker perfectly.
Just because,
he's the correct age.
Just because Stan Lee vouched for him and saying that this is the person who... Stan Lee, rest in peace to the GOAT, but fuck that.
Stanley's looking down on you right now, shaking his head.
No, he will... No.
Shaking his
Time out. Wait, Stan Lee, he's had a cameo in Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, hasn't he?
I'm pretty sure he had a cameo in every Marvel movie that he was alive for.
I don't remember him in the Amazing Spider-Man or Tobey's. I can't remember.
Well, when did he die?
Oh, he died like... Damn, it's been... Okay, so it had been in the Avengers shit because they did the...
Yeah, I remember at the end of one of the Avengers movies, they did do like a send-off.
It was either Age of Ultron or no. Okay, I don't know.
I don't know either.
But it's been a year or two.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Stan Lee did a cameo. He had to.
I just can't remember. But
I mean, sometimes they're hard to spot. Like sometimes he'll just be in like a cafe.
He's not in every Marvel movie.
He's been in a lot of them.
He wasn't in Punisher, or he wasn't in Daredevil, or he wasn't in Blade.
Well, okay, those movies are... I mean,
what?
They're good movies.
What?
But I think when you say a Marvel movie, people don't...
So we're going to start from Iron Man and keep...
That's where people think.
That's fucked up.
They don't... Dude, Daredevil is one of my favorite movies
We're not going to forget Ghost Rider, fucking Elektra.
With fucking...
We're not going to forget it.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but I don't think like the mainstream people who aren't big Marvel fans...
That's fucked that they left them out like
that. They don't...
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four.
Not the new one, though.
Fantastic Four, the comic books and the cartoons kick ass. They kick ass. But the live action movies that they did in like 2000 whatever, 4, 5, 6, whenever it was...
Rise of the Silver Surfer is a good movie.
I did not enjoy them. I didn't think they were really good. The Silver Surfer one was okay, but I don't... Maybe I need to go back and rewatch them. I haven't watched them in a minute.
But Tobey is the best. Well, okay, like I said, my opinion and everyone else's. Tobey is the best Peter Parker.
No, wrong.
I mean, no, wait, sorry. Best Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield is the best Peter Parker. Even though he was a skater and all that other mess, like I said, different interpretations. Tom Holland is just no offense. I mean, I try to do your accent all the time. That's like my thing, but I can't get behind it. Like I didn't even watch Homecoming. I mean, I watched a little bit of it, but I probably just skipped to the end just to see Mysterio.
Dude, I don't know. I don't think Tobey Maguire. I'm not really a big fan.
Yes,
of his,
they were all old as hell to be casted. We get it.
Yeah, he was the wrong age. He wasn't in high school.
But you gotta think that's how all 2000s movies were made. Like, okay, say like I think I Know What You Did Last Summer. Like all those movies, kids are older than what they should be depicted as.
Right, I get that, and maybe it was a casting
Degrassi,
problem.
all of them were 30.
But yeah, Degrassi was a kick-ass show. I don't know. I just didn't think Tobey Maguire did a very good job. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Just because of the third movie, because they tried to put Sandman and Venom. That's not their fault. They didn't have the budget.
I'm sure they had a pretty decent budget.
No, they didn't. No.
But I cannot get behind Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield played a kick-ass Spider-Man.
Best swinging scenes ever.
Yeah, he was kick-ass Spider-Man. But the character of Peter Parker that he played was not Peter Parker. Peter Parker is supposed to be a nerd who gets bullied, and he fucking
cool nerd.
And he's a science geek. You're trying to tell me that Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker rolls up to high school, does a tray flip, and he's not popular? Get the fuck out of here.
See, but you gotta think though, back in the day, kids that skated weren't popular. Yeah,
but they weren't.
I mean, they had their own, you know.
They were a class in their own. You're talking to one of them, pal. They were in a class of their own. They didn't get fucked with.
Tony Hawk.
Nobody fucked with skateboarders.
For sure.
Nobody did that.
They were like, they were definitely,
because everybody who saw a group of skateboarders, they were like, I don't know what those kids are going to do. They could have.
Well, y'all were all delinquent, though.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody fucks with skaters.
Y'all were skating and tagging, as they say.
Sticker slapping, more like it. I was never good at spray painting things.
Oh, but you had a sticker.
Oh, dude, I could take you to so many places in Perrysburg and Maumee and stuff where there's just... There. Oh, yeah, I'm sure that it's still there. Random ass like skateboard logo stickers just all over the place. We used to do that all the time. Hunter slapped one on the stop sign by my old house before I moved, like the day before I moved out of my childhood house. We were skating in the driveway or whatever, and he took a sticker and he jumped up and fucking slapped it onto the stop sign. It's still there. I just drove past there last night because I was at one of my friend's house watching the UFC fight, who still lives in that neighborhood. It's still there.
Wait, so you moved out of your childhood house? Like, so it's not under you guys'
Oh, yeah, my parents sold the shit out of that. Yeah. Shit's extra gone.
Was it a big or small?
It was 2 stories, 3 bedrooms. I mean, it was a house. In suburbs.
That was the house you were a little being?
Dude, that was the kick-it spot, bro. Everybody came to that house. My mom always had the snacks on deck. We had a decent-sized backyard. We had a basketball hoop in a driveway.
Ooh.
We had, like, one of those cool driveways that went down, and instead of a curb, there was, like, a ramp. So we could do skateboard tricks. My house was the kick-it spot, bro. There was always people at my house.
You gotta buy that shit back one day.
Maybe. I drove past there the other day, and the people who own it now put a fuck ton of solar panels on the roof.
Is that the new wave?
I think it might be. I don't know.
I don't know if that's
I heard it's, like, super expensive at first to, like, install them. Yeah. But it's, like, a sunken cost. So, like...
I mean, you wouldn't have to pay for electricity, though.
Right. A sunken cost in business terms is like something you purchase and then you never have to purchase again, but it keeps making you money.
But you got to think about it. Like, say if we have that fucking Alaska or whatever the fuck that shit where we have 30 days a night. What the fuck?
Well, then, okay, obviously you have to do it in an area that's like, you know, in an area that gets a decent amount of sunlight. But if you have that, like here, it's a pretty good idea, I think. But I heard there's a guy that is affiliated with where I work. He's one of our like product specialist people. He works for a company where we get a lot of our camera accessories from. And he was talking about how he installed solar panels on his house with his wife, and they're pretty expensive at first. Once you really like the install and having them hooked up is pretty expensive at first, but like they literally pay for themselves in like a month, like because you don't. What you said, if you have a big enough space and
is electricity like a really high? Is that like one of the higher costs of utilities?
Water, I think it's the highest, but electricity could probably get up there if you have like a family of 4 and they're all consuming stuff. Like think a family of 4, you have a mom and a dad and 2 kids, right? So the mom and the dad are obviously watching TV and doing things with smart devices and stuff. And then the 2 kids probably play video games and watch TV all the time. You got to think probably every except for Mormons. You got to think probably every light in that house is on. You know what I mean?
Man, I hate that. If there's nobody in that room, I just have that mentality. Turn that shit off.
Same. I'm always turning lights off. Always. I don't know. My mom always like drilled that in me as a kid. She was like. I remember when like I would go to the kitchen or something and like get a snack and I'd leave without the light on. I'd leave the light on and leave the room. My mom would walk into the kitchen and she would go, "Oh, hey, how you doing? Who's in here?" "Right, nobody." And then she'd flip the light off all aggressive. Yeah. I don't know, man. So, okay, let's get back. I want to ask you a question.
Oh, boy.
I want to ask you a question. So you're a kid.
Lie detector test.
You're a kid who lives on the East Coast. And then he moves to Ohio for whatever reason. I know the reason, but I don't know if you want to. He moves to Ohio to get independence, right? Why music? Why not another artistic form? Drawing, photography, acting. I don't know. What was like your moment that you said music is what I want to do? I want to get a job where I can sustain myself, but I don't get a job where like I have to, in a certain effect, care about the job, right? Because, like, let's be real, nobody who works...
Hey, I take pride in my job.
Sure, but, like...
that's where my money comes from.
Right, but it's clock in and clock out. You know what I mean? When you clock out, you're not getting text messages about, hey, what is going on with this, or who did that, or what is going on. For sure. You know what I mean? Yeah. To be fair, you're a number, right?
Yeah. Like, everybody's a number. Social Security.
Well, yeah. But, like, where I work, for example, there's only 8 of us. And I work at a specialty store with, like, clients. Mm-hmm. So when I leave work... don't really leave work.
Yeah,
I still talk to customers online on Facebook and stuff. My bosses, and we have a group chat going. We're always talking about projects that are going on, and that's okay. It's the field I want to be in, and I like doing it. But for you, it's clock in, clock out, so you can focus on your music, right? You can focus on XYZ. So what I wanted to know, and I'm having after you, my next people I'm having on is a band. They're like a metal band.
Oh, I'm not as cool as them.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people who would say otherwise. But there's a metal band, and I used to be in a band with the front man of this band, so I want to have them on just to shoot the shit because I haven't talked to him in
Is it just him or the band?
Well, it's the whole band.
Oh, okay.
I think. I hope. But I want to ask them the same question because it's interesting for me to find out, especially with creatives and artistic people, what was it that made them choose their specific
artistry?
Right.
Yeah.
So what was it for Kendall?
So I play football. Sports. I played basketball first. Sucked at that. Even though if you see my Uncle T video, I can play.
I have seen that. Yeah.
I still got it somewhat, but
and you're pretty tall. I mean, I feel like you'd be decent at basketball.
No. God.
You're like 6'2". What are you talking about?
Defense.
Well, you're a bigger dude too, so you be smacking kids down. Okay.
For sure. But so I played football up until for a while. When I went to college, I played football in West Virginia, and then I came home because I was depressed, and then I was going to community college. I was going to play football again there. Then I was like, well, maybe I don't want to do football again because like I had a really bad I've had too many concussions, and then I had a really bad concussion because I was in an accident. So I was just like, I need to make that decision. Like, if I play football and get hurt again, I could have long-term issues. I already suffer from like short-term memory loss and shit. I always have to write shit down, but
from like head injuries and stuff.
Yeah, but I moved to Ohio. I was gonna play football again. I was gonna play for Siena Heights in Michigan, and then I was like, nah, I can't do. Ooh, yes. Gotta drink that H2O.
Gotta get hydrated.
But then I was just like, no, I want to just do music. Like, music's always been in the back of my head of like, this is what I want to do, but I just never had the time because of course football was you wake up.
It's a full-time job.
For sure. It was that in school. So I was just like, I never had the time to. And then like, it was 2014, 2015 after that accident, I started to like just write poetry and stuff. Oh, my poetry is lit. I used to say some shit.
Well, I mean, songwriting.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, I see. That's another thing. Like, I also don't know how to write songs. I write songs, my own songs, but I don't like write in the structure. Like, okay, you have the verse, chorus. I don't write songs like that. I just write out whatever comes to mind. But so then once I decided I was gonna play football, I was just like, let me try music, and then that's where like I started to, that poetry turned into music because I was just like, it's supposed to be like therapy. And of course, music was always something I always listened to. That was my therapist. So then I like started with voice memos, and I'd send it to my like ex-best friend, and he'd be like, yo, like this shit was dope. And I was ass. I played my fucking voice memos for a few of my friends here. Boy.
Not good.
It's terrible. Like, I was trying to be somebody I wasn't. Like, I was trying to be, like, the J. Cole. I was trying to rap like that. I was trying to be, like, the Chances. Like, I was trying to sound like other people. I never found my own voice. Mm-hmm. So, it's, like, over the years, I've come to, like, find that.
Sure. That's
so, it's just, like, music was always there. It's just, it took the opportune time for me.
So, this thing you're doing on your Instagram stories, the quarantine raps, are those kind of, like, their voice memos? Are those freestyled, or do you take time and think about those and write those out? Because they're pretty fucking good, dude. I'd listen to all of them. They're pretty decent. Yeah.
So what started the quarantine rap? So when I'm, like you said, I'm a clock in, clock out guy. When I clock out of work and I come home, I go straight into music. That's literally what I do if I'm not working or if I'm not having a photo shoot or something. I'm doing music. But it started off as just like, I would go on YouTube, whatever, go through and beats and stuff, and I would just be like, ooh, what interests me? And then I'll just like find something, I'll write to it. And then quarantine raps was never supposed to be a thing. It was just supposed to be like, I always write to beats and stuff, and it's just like whatever ones I feel, I record, so forth and so on. And then I just posted it one day, and then like consecutively. I was like, and this is when COVID kind of started, so it was like something for me to keep my social interactions going, because like if I don't have any music to put out, no photos, then I'm not really on social media like that.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I was trying to keep that engagement. And of course, being an artist, you have to keep being consistent, putting yourself out there and being in people's faces so people don't lose sight of you, especially with me. Like, I don't have that place or position where like I can just go in the cut and then come out and be like, oh shit, like he just dropped. I mean, you know.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, I just like, this is something I always wanted to do. I never thought I'd ever really do it or even really be good at it. Like, oh my God, you can look at my SoundCloud and go through like the first song I ever recorded to now, and you're just like, damn, this is a journey. Like,
well, I mean, everyone's got to start somewhere. I mean, if you look at the first photo I ever took, or
that shit was fire.
I know the first photo I ever took, or the first like video I ever made. I mean, they're rough. I mean, everybody's first everything is rough. So
I mean, there's potential though.
And that's where you gotta find your strengths and weaknesses, and you gotta go.
But you really fuck with my quarantine rap. Stop playing with me.
I'm serious. No, I listen to all of them. I'm not even kidding. They're decent. I like them a lot. Same thing with the Uncle T video. What was that about? That was emotional as hell.
Okay, so if nobody follows me that listens to this, you should obviously. But so I dropped my first bomb, which was Flea and Personal Problem, which was the On the Run, and then the second bomb that I'm about to drop. It's another two-parter, well, 2 songs into 1 song, and then Uncle T was the bonus track. But Uncle T was just like a song that was, of course, a therapy song. Like, so my uncle, whom I really didn't have a relationship with, like, this is back when I was in DC. My dad's brother, they like grew up together and stuff, was always around each other, both played basketball, but then if you're not from DC or if you're from any other part, you probably have the same scenario issue, but like you have a few paths to go through. Like in DC, there was either, back in the day, you would either be a cop, you would be an athlete, or you would be in the streets. My uncle he's played basketball with my dad, better than my dad, probably one of the best, in the city or whatever, I guess, from what I've been told. Uncle chose the streets. And then my dad went to college and then eventually became a cop. So they had a fallout, like family issues, all the whole 9. And so my uncle just like messaged me on Facebook. I'm glad I got Facebook because like I've got in contact with people I haven't seen in fucking
that's about the only
centuries.
That's about the only good thing that Facebook is
like,
for.
As soon as I got it, I literally saw people I went to like fucking first grade with and shit, and like I'm like, wow, why did I never have this? Like, just so I can could have kept the relationships, up until. But he messaged me out of the blue, and he's just like, hey nephew, blah blah blah, how you doing? Just checking up on me, and I'm just like, the fuck is. Okay, nobody's ever spoken or seen of you in years or months. Like, okay, so I'm the type of person where like I don't really ever turn anyone away. I always conversate with anybody, like even if it's small talk, even though small talk is not the best. But and then like just from then on, I just kept talking to him, just reaching out because I'm just like because I probably told my dad, I was like, Uncle Terry, like, he reached out to me, like, seeing if he'd talk to him. And he's like, oh, well, he ain't never spoke to me. I ain't never seen him. We don't talk. I'm like, oh, shit. And, like, that was, like, kind of another thing about, like, being a black kid. I'm just like, I'm not used to none of that shit. Like, I grew up, I had a mom, I had a dad and sister and shit. Like, everything, something I'm not been accustomed to. So I was just like, well, him reaching out to me was like him trying to reach my dad. And, of course, he changed his life. Got into the church, he was going on the right path. Next thing you know, he like texted me like in the morning. I was going to work, of course. He's like, hey nephew, I have the message, but he's just like, hey nephew, hope all is well, something. I didn't respond because I was at work. Next day, he's dead. Heart attack.
So that's what the song was about then.
Yeah, so it was just like.
So you got home from work that day and just wrote it out.
Yeah, it just was natural. I was just like.
And that's where the music video comes from, playing basketball.
Yeah,
being
like
that night.
yeah, because most people don't like have asked me like, what was the point behind it? I'm like, I kind of want you to figure it out for yourself.
Yeah.
Like the video is pretty simple. Like
Yeah.
I'm just playing basketball,
Right.
and then the words. I just want you to, like, you know, I didn't want it to be more performance based of me, like actually like, you know, wop wop wop. I wanted you to like feel it, and so that's where it was like
The video was done really well too. Whoever shot it and edited it and put it together.
You know what's crazy? I was gonna ask you to do it.
Done
'cause
really
I was
well.
Just like I don't know nobody, and then I came across this guy. I'm not gonna say his name because he probably don't want to be out there. But you know, I wanted my music and the way my songs are made. I wanted it to be a story. Like
Sure.
I didn't want
Sure.
all the graphics and the motions and effects. Like it takes away from the music itself. Like
Yeah.
I want my shit to be genuine, authentic.
Right. Well, I mean, I could tell whoever did it for you, he knew what he was doing. I mean, it was lit properly. It was exposed right. The frame rate was all right.
He was the one talking about the night shoot and shit. Like if you remember the scene where I switched from day to night, I was like, that was great. That was some shit I never even thought of. Like I'm not a cinematography.
Yeah, I mean, if you're listening to this mystery cinematographer who did that video, and if you're listening to this, hit me up. Hit me up. Let's do a podcast. Let's talk. I want to talk to you. You're a good guy. That video was really well done.
You know him.
No, I've
gonna
never
try
heard
to
of
see
him
if I
before.
can-
Yeah, find a picture of him.
Well, he doesn't.
He doesn't really do that.
No.
Well, most people who are behind the camera
yeah.
are behind the camera for a reason. They don't like to be on camera. That's really good. I like that a lot. That video was well done. The song was great. I downloaded it on Spotify. It was kick ass. I really did. I'm serious.
But I mean, to them quarantine raps, I'm like, people ask me like, you know, what are you gonna do with these? You know what those quarantine raps really are? They're literally like whatever they are. Like whatever you hear is that's it. Like it's just an idea, and like.
So you don't save them and make them projects later?
I mean, eventually, if people were like, there's some songs that like people was like, yeah, you gotta record that, and I'm like, okay, but I'll forget because I'll be on to the next thing.
Sure.
So, like you kind of have to keep.
Right, you got to write it down and remember it.
No, you just got to keep me putting it in my face and my ear so I can be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll do it because like I said, I'll forget.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just something. And then also I'm learning. I don't know. Okay, you could say or anybody else could say I could rap. I can't rap.
Right. I don't really. When I listen to your music, I don't think rapper. I think more like R&B or soul.
Sure.
Like, because you're in my opinion a better singer than you are a rapper. Because I've heard you. Shut up. When I used to live in that house with Derek and he and you were recording stuff, I heard.
Shout out.
I heard you singing, and you got a voice, pal.
Did you hear Derek singing? Derek can sing too.
He can.
Derek,
I mean, I love him to death, and he's definitely listening right now.
We're gonna have to visit you, dog.
I know. I love him to death, and he's definitely listening. But sometimes he tries to sing like out of his range. And he'll try to hit the high notes, and I'm like, dude, stop.
Have you listened to Billy Joel?
Billy Joel.
That's like one of his guys.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember his name when you were talking about the songs that you were listening to, but Billy Joel was this guy we listened to. But I don't know, these quarantine raps. I just it was just also like just for me to work my brain, because it's just like if I stop, my brain will forget everything.
Sure.
So it's just like I'm just trying to
flexing that muscle, exercising the muscle, right?
I'm also, and then like, because I mean, I read the dictionary. I don't read books, but I read the dictionary just because like the more words you know, you can be in a lot of conversations. Any conversation known to man. So it's just like, and then also it works hand in hand with being in music, because you can kind of like not use the same words, just like how if you're typing a paper, oh, you use this word X amount of times.
Would you like to change it to this or something? Yeah.
Right. They're all their alternatives, and it's just like, you know, like
it's probably a good weapon to have as a
for sure,
as a lyrical.
I mean, I'm not gonna be dissing nobody.
Right.
I'm not. I'm like Drake. I don't want to do that.
I could see you not. It makes sense. No. You're not a confrontational
guy. Gotta get you on a song now.
Gotta get me on a song? Yeah. I don't think I belong on a song. This is the extent.
I got you to dance, so I gotta get you in different.
This is the extent of my microphone use right here, talking into it.
But also, I got another video I'm shooting with him though. I gotta see if I can incorporate you and Hunter though.
Yeah, dude, I'd like to meet him. He's a cool guy.
Oh, for
I
sure.
could already tell by the way he shoots.
But what would you want to shoot? You got some ideas? Like,
I don't know. We'll talk. I don't know. Maybe. I have no idea. I honestly have no idea. I'm working on this. This is episode 1 of season 2.
Yes, sir.
It's not. I'm gonna let you know now. It's not gonna come out this week or next week or the week before or the week after. My plan here is
you're gonna set this bitch up.
I'm gonna stack a few and then make a promo, get some advertising going, and then release it properly.
Now, question: how does it work? Because I heard you have to have a certain amount of episodes to be put on Apple Music or stuff.
Apple Music is difficult, and I need to talk to Derek because he still has all the Apple Music login info. I haven't checked Apple Music stats. I can't get into the account.
So how would you put it?
Basically, you get a hosting website, and it's most of them are like $5 or $10 a month. And basically, you put the audio file onto that hosting site, and then the hosting site will then simultaneously post it to Spotify, Google, and Apple all at the same time. That's usually how it works. You get a hosting site, you put it on the host, and then it goes to all three. And then on the individual sites, Spotify, Google, Apple, you have an account on there, and you log into it, and that's where you can see all the stats for that specific site through them. So the main thing I focus on is Spotify, because Spotify is the top audio platform on earth now.
For sure. Oh, I love Spotify.
Spotify's great.
It's not mine, but I love it.
It's wonderful. Google, I don't really focus on Google too much, even though there are some people who have hit me up on Instagram who have said they found the show on Google and they listened to it on Google Podcasts. I'm like, that's weird. I've never even talked about it.
So how do you make money for it? I mean, do you make money?
Right now, no.
But how?
I think
a certain amount of listeners.
I don't know how it works. If it were on YouTube, it would be obviously once you get the YouTube partner program is 1,000 subs, and
that's when you start making money. 1,000 subs.
1,000 subs, and you have to have a certain amount of hours watched, like 10,000 or something like that. Something like that. But yeah, and then after that, then your channel's eligible for ads, and then you can put ads on your videos. But obviously, if you're you're only getting 500, 600, maybe even 1,000 views a video, you're probably gonna get one ad, and you're probably gonna make like $10. You know what I mean? It's not a lot. Yeah. But the thing with podcasts is it would be like sponsorships and stuff, like a company or a brand.
This is sponsored by Dropout.
Exactly. Yeah, and they would give you whatever. To do it or something. But right now, I am not even focused on money at all with this. Sure. Right now with this, I'm focused on...
So you really love this stuff, huh?
Dude, this is so much fun.
Yeah.
This is so much fun, doing this, talking. My favorite thing to do with people is to talk.
For sure.
I love it.
You're not a talker, though. When I first came into your life, Derek already told me, he's not really, if he don't know you, he's not really much of a conversationalist.
That's why
I like people.
That's why I like doing the podcast, though, because I can sit down one-on-one with someone and actually have a conversation.
Right.
And the thing is, with Derek, I wanted it to be, when I had this idea, I came to Derek and I said, I want you to do this with me, and I want it to be like a co-host kind of thing, and he and I work really well together. We bounce off each other.
Sure.
We have similar views and interests, and I thought it was going to be, we called it Midwest Conversations just because he and I are both from the Midwest, and we're talking to each other about dumb shit. Well, then Derek goes in the Marine Corps, and I'm like, all right.
Oh, I'm not allowed to say that.
I don't think you are, because you're not, I don't know. No. But then Derek goes in the Marine Corps, and I'm like, okay, fuck, now what am I going to do? I can't, and then I did 20 episodes, and 7 of them were with Derek. That was season 1.
Yes. And
the back half, I was just doing them to do them. I didn't like doing it because I didn't know what I was doing. I was talking about random shit that I saw on Twitter, and it wasn't. And then I stopped after May because the bird migration. I wanted to photograph it because I do that every year, and that's like a thing. In May and June, I'm
off limits.
I'm out
off the coast.
I'm out taking photos. As much free time as I have, I'm out there. And then after that, I was going to get back to the podcast, but I was like, I don't think I want to go in the same direction I'm doing now.
Right.
And I started taking inspiration from other podcasts I listened to and talking to people in my life. And I was like, my favorite thing to do with people is to talk to them one-on-one. I like having a conversation, like picking people's brains. So I was like, the show's called Midwest Conversation. Why don't I just find people who live in the Midwest area and let's just chat. It's just chat. It's not an interview. Yes, I asked you a few questions, but it's not like a fucking interview. I'm not like, oh, how old are you? Da-da-da. What's your next? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're just shooting the shit.
And we're homies.
And we're tight.
Yeah.
And, I want to focus on more creative people.
Right.
I'm talking to a few photographers that I want to have on. Obviously, that band. And I just want to make it, I just want to shoot the shit. So right now I'm working on honing my craft and pretty much just making this a thing, and once I move, I want to make the studio better. I want to up the production quality a little bit, get better microphones.
But you were hurt, though.
Hurt?
Yes.
Hurt how?
When Derek left.
Yeah, dude, he left me. Dick. No, I'm kidding. I love you, Derek.
No, I was just like, I mean...
He's, dude, for as long as I've known him, he's been trying to get into the military since, like, he's been, like, 17. I've never seen him happier when he was like, I'm in, I'm leaving, I'm going, I'm doing this.
You were like, wow.
He was like, I was happy
He's a little kid.
I was happy because he was like fucking 6-year-old on Christmas morning. I mean, he was ecstatic. And I was like, you know what, man, good for you. I'll figure this out myself. It's fine. Yeah. And that's where it is. So that's where we are.
So wherever he'll be stationed, when we figure that out.
Yeah.
Will there be a return of a Midwest conversation between the two of you, or is that?
I don't know. I really don't, because it depends on what Derek's gonna do.
The band's breaking up.
I definitely want to have him on as a guest and chat with him.
He can't talk about the shit though.
I'll get him to talk.
I mean, he already talks about it enough.
Yeah, he'll talk around. Yeah, he'll talk. I mean, he's not going to say anything fucked. He's not going to say anything that he's not allowed to say.
For sure.
But I just, and if we ever go to California or wherever he is and meet him, we'll do it on the road, baby.
Off the record.
Mm-hmm.
Get your little recorder.
No, bring the shit. We'll set it up.
Bring all the shit?
Yeah, we'll set it up. We'll do it. He's got the shit.
Yeah, true. I think he gets his camera Monday.
Oh, that'd be so I cannot wait. He's going to have his camera out there.
But see, I told him, I was like, if I'm not your first photo, we're not friends. I did tell him that. And it's fine that I won't be, but there's going to be some animosity there.
You're going to be a little hurt.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure when we go there and visit him, we'll take lots of photos.
Because, I think he's all quarantined because he's able to, do other shit now. So I'm confused as to,
I don't know. I have no idea.
Because I told him, I was like, you need to make a group chat so we can figure this shit out.
Yeah, well, dude, you got to give him time to, get settled where he's going, get a job, and get into it, and, start doing his shit. You know what I mean?
So we're not going to visit him while he's in Cali. We're going to wait till he's stationed.
Well, I think he's going to be stationed in California.
You think? Oh.
Okay. I don't know. Oh. We're just letting it play out at this point. I don't know.
Because I think that's what he said. He got to wait. But.
Mm-hmm. Listen, man, we just did an hour 20.
No way.
That's an hour 20. Flew by like that. So it's good to have you, brother. Season 2. Episode 1, first episode. Kendall, baby. That's a wrap. Follow him on Instagram.
Kendall, KNDALL_.
Yep, on Instagram and Spotify. Where can they find you on Spotify?
Spotify, my name is KENDA2LsBYRD. And I'm also on all platforms. Just type in KENDALLBYRD.
I'll put all the links at the beginning and the end. I'll introduce you in the beginning and everything else. But yeah, man, Kendall, it's good to have you.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, brother.
Anytime.